Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a developing story out of the UK that highlights just how fragile our essential services can be. Imagine waking up one morning to find your taps have run dry. No water for a morning coffee, no shower, no flushing toilets. For tens of thousands of people in Kent, this isn't a hypothetical situation, it's their reality right now. Over the weekend, a massive water outage hit the Tunbridge Wells area, leaving around 23,000 customers completely without water or with extremely low pressure. The culprit? A problem at the Pembury water treatment works. According to Southeast Water, the company responsible for the supply, the entire facility had to be shut down. This wasn't a burst pipe or a power failure, which are common causes for outages. Instead, the issue was something far more unusual, a bad batch of treatment chemicals. Matthew Dean, who is the head of operations control for Southeast Water, explained that a crucial chemical used in the water purification process was faulty. Think of it like this. Water treatment is a complex recipe, and if one key ingredient is bad, the whole batch is ruined. You can't just skip a step. The water wouldn't be safe to drink. So, they had no choice but to stop the entire operation, drain the system, and start from scratch. As you can imagine, this created a massive logistical nightmare. The company had to scramble to get a new, tested batch of the chemical delivered to the site. This new batch arrived on Sunday, but the process of getting the treatment works back online isn't as simple as flipping a switch. The teams had to work through the night to clean out the entire system at Pembury before they could even begin introducing the new chemicals and restarting the treatment process. This entire sequence of events has had a huge ripple effect across the community. Southeast Water's incident manager, Mark Sims, confirmed that at its peak, about 24,000 customers were affected. They've been working around the clock to mitigate the impact. One of the main strategies has been to rezone the water network. This means they are rerouting water from other parts of their grid to try and feed into the affected areas. It's a bit like closing certain roads and creating detours to keep traffic moving. Through this effort, they managed to restore supply to about 1,150 properties in the Pembury area, which is a small victory, but a crucial one for those residents. Another major part of the emergency response has been using water tankers. These are essentially massive trucks filled with clean water that can pump directly into the local pipe network, boosting pressure and supply in targeted zones. It's a temporary fix, but it helps keep some water flowing while the main treatment plant is out of action. Of course, for those still completely cut off, the immediate need is for drinking water. Southeast Water set up 3 bottled water stations across Tunbridge Wells for residents to collect supplies. These were located at the Tunbridge Wells Sports Center, the Odeon Cinema, and a local car park. These stations were open late into the evening to give people a chance to stock up. Interestingly, they had to close one planned station in Tunbridge because it coincided with a winter festival, which would have created traffic chaos. A key focus in situations like this is always the most vulnerable members of the community. The company has a priority services register for people who might need extra help, such as the elderly, those with medical conditions, or families with young children. The customer care teams, working with a partner called Water Direct, have been personally delivering bottled water to more than 2,000 of these registered vulnerable customers. They've also been making sure local care homes have the water they need to look after their residents. One of the most critical facilities in any town is the hospital. The Tunbridge Wells Hospital was also affected by the outage. Southeast Water confirmed they were in direct contact with the hospital staff and had arranged for a dedicated water tanker to be sent there to ensure their services could continue uninterrupted. This is a top priority, as a hospital simply cannot function without a reliable water supply. But as you can expect, the public's frustration has been growing. The situation has been a major topic of conversation online and in the local community. Many residents were left wondering why it was taking so long to get information and, more importantly, water. One resident, Nicola Hodgson, who lives near the Pantiles area, shared her family's experience. She questioned the initial placement of a water station in Tunbridge, which she described as an entirely different town. Her husband drove there first thing in the morning only to find there was no water available at that point. With 2 young children, aged 5 and 7, the family had no choice but to pack up and go to their grandmother's house, just so they could have access to drinking water and working toilets. It really shows the level of disruption this causes to everyday family life. Even local politicians have been caught up in the crisis. The MP for Tunbridge Wells, Mike Martin, revealed on social media that he was also without water at his home. He has been in direct contact with the chief executive of Southeast Water to get upgrades and apply pressure for a swift resolution. He was one of the first to publicly confirm the root cause, explaining to his constituents about the bad batch of coagulant chemicals and the ongoing work to clean out the treatment plant. The economic impact on local businesses has also been severe, especially for the hospitality sector. Teresa Barrett, the landlady of the Black Horse Pub, explained that they've been without running water since midnight on Saturday. For a pub or restaurant, no water means no business. It's not just about drinks. It's about cleaning, cooking, and, crucially, hygiene for toilets. Teresa stated that it was illegal for her to open under these conditions, even if she wanted to. Losing a full day of trading, especially on a Sunday in the run-up to the festive season, is devastating. She highlighted the financial strain, saying, "I can't afford to be closed." Businesses would have prepped for Sunday lunch bookings, bought fresh stock, and scheduled staff. All that money is lost, but the staff still need to be paid. It is another blow to an industry that is already facing immense pressure from rising costs and a tough economic climate. Other residents noticed the problem unfolding gradually. Peter Vincent, who lives on a hill, told BBC Radio Kent that he first realized something was wrong when his toilet cistern was refilling properly on Sunday morning. He pointed out that because he lives on higher ground, he gets good water pressure from the mains. For his supply to be slowing down to a trickle, he knew it must be a sign of a much bigger problem and that people living further down the line or in less advantageous positions would be hit even harder. The initial estimate for a fix was pushed back. At first, residents hoped it would be resolved by Sunday evening. Then, the timeline was updated to 6 a.m. on Monday. This extension just added to the uncertainty and frustration for the thousands of people affected. This incident really serves as a powerful reminder of the complex and often invisible infrastructure that we rely on every single day. We turn on the tap and we just expect clean, safe water to come out. We rarely think about the journey that water takes from the reservoir through a sophisticated treatment works where it's cleaned with specific chemicals and then pumped through a vast network of pipes to our homes, schools, and hospitals. It shows that a single point of failure, in this case, a faulty batch of chemicals from a supplier, can bring a whole system grinding to a halt and cause widespread disruption to an entire community. The response from Southeast Water shows the immense challenge of managing such a crisis. From the technical side of fixing the plant, to the logistical nightmare of distributing millions of liters of bottled water, to the crucial task of communicating with a worried and frustrated public. As of the latest updates, the teams are still working tirelessly to get the Pembury water treatment works fully operational. Once the system is running again, they'll need to conduct rigorous water quality tests to ensure everything is safe before the supply can be fully restored to everyone. For the 23,000 people in Kent, the wait continues, and they're hoping that by the time they wake up, the simple luxury of running water will finally be back. It's a story we'll be keeping a close eye on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced a major utility outage like this? How did you cope? It's a real eye-opener. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this update informative, please give the video a like and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Stay safe, and hopefully, we'll have good news for the residents of Kent very soon. See you in the next one.